If you want a man to be obsessed with you, you need to be obsessed with yourself.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Just think about the men that you're attracted to. Are you attracted to those dudes in your DMs who are hitting you up every 2 seconds? No, you lose attraction and respect for them. You're probably attracted to those guys who are confident, charming, busy, and put out that energy like they know they're all that.
You have to see your full potential so that just in case your ex comes crawling back, and in most cases they do,
Liar!
you're already at the point where you do not need him anymore, where you know that you deserve better.
Walk away from things and people that are not good for you. You have to start thinking, does this person add to the reality that I want to create for myself?
Remember, you're the prize, and follow me for more tips.
Some people are not meant to be with the highest version of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. The circus has arrived, guys, so let's take a look at our first clown today, and let's have a listen until she says something stupid.
If you want a man to be obsessed with you, you need to be obsessed with yourself. Just think about
Alright, she said something stupid, guys. It didn't take her no more than 2 seconds. No, men don't want women who are obsessed with themselves. Matter of the fact, no person, man or woman, likes people who are obsessed with themselves. If you want to make an argument, maybe the only people who are allowed to be obsessed with themselves are people who can back it up. Like, we're talking about athletes, for example. They're literally the GOAT, the best there is, right? If they are arrogant, if they are narcissistic, a lot of people will not like it because it's not humble, but a few people will like it, and they'll say, well, he can back it up, right? But these women, guys, that have triple-digit body counts, these boss babes, alright, that have nothing to offer, thinking that they're a 10 out of 10 and being obsessed with themselves and kissing their own arse all day, they are the most unattractive to men, alright? Like, just to give you an example, I can say that I'm the best YouTuber on the face of Earth, right? Because I can back it up. But if I was a below average channel with less than 20k subscribers, and a broken English, it will just be pathetic to say that. I hope you get the idea, guys. Let's continue.
Think about the men that you're attracted to. Are you attracted to those dudes in your DMs who are hitting you up every 2 seconds? No, you lose attraction and respect for them. You're probably attracted to those guys who are confident, charming, busy, and put out that energy like they know they're all that. And guess what? Oftentimes these guys actually do have options.
You think so? So here's the argument that a lot of men say, that women date the top 5% of guys because the other ones, according to her, don't have self-respect, right? Or are not serious about what they do, or things like this, you know? When it's not the case, just because a guy is interested in having a relationship and makes the error to message you first, because nowadays it doesn't get you anywhere being a gentleman and all those things, just because he made that error, it doesn't mean that he's a loser. He's just interested in having a relationship, same as his father did and his grandfather did, and humanity has been doing for all history before the last 50 years, right? But now, in the age of modern female empowerment, doing that means that you are a simp. Doing that means that you're a below average guy who has to look for his own woman, right? Because the chads at the top, they don't even have to look, all right? Women all around the West will be chasing around the same 10 men that happen to be the top 5%, right? So that's how they view it, guys. It has nothing to do with a man's self-respect or his idea of himself or the quote-unquote energy that he puts out, right? It's just that the mere fact that you are chasing them means that you are not one of those guys who doesn't need to move his little finger to get between their legs, alright? So here's yet another argument why you should not be wasting your time texting these women, sending them long paragraphs, saying how much you love them. Guys, it's not gonna get you anywhere.
And a lot of women chase these types of men. So the way you're going to stand out in their mind is just by not chasing and turning all that love and energy in on yourself. Because men can smell confidence from a mile away, just like they can smell insecurity from a mile away.
You know, guys, what I do when I smell confidence from a mile away? I turn around and I make it 2 miles, all right? And every man who respects himself, that's what he does when he smells confidence.
And if you value yourself and you think
Oh, and by the way, when I look at you, I don't smell confidence, I smell boxed wine and cat litter.
you're super important, chances are it's going to catch his attention and make him also think you're super important. If he doesn't, he's not for you, but trust me, someone else will. And you know this works because it's the reason you always find someone when you're not looking. If you're finding yourself in chasing energy, I highly, highly recommend you get this book. It'll tell you why you're overthinking, how to stop, and it'll help get you in the right mindset to level up and start attracting quality men as a side benefit. I love you. Remember, you're the prize. And
Yeah, all right. We end up on you are the prize. Why? Nobody knows. These women that say that they're a prize are literally millions and all below mid. Okay, they are the cheapest stock out there, which attracts the most customers. Why are we the prize? Nobody knows. She also mentioned, don't worry, if this guy doesn't like you, he's not for you, but the one that's for you will come around. How do you know that exactly? Like, do you have any proof that that's going to happen? You know, guys, checking these videos and seeing the amount of single moms, the epidemic of divorced women and women over 30 who end up single and miserable and bitter, I wouldn't be so sure and so confident that they're gonna end up with someone for certain. But now, guys, enough about this clown. Let's move on to our next woman who comes up with more hot advice. So let's take a listen.
I believe that high-value women deal with breakups so differently, so I'm going to teach you how to deal with your breakup as a high-value woman and glow up to become the best version of yourself. First things first, you have to learn how to develop self-control as a high-value woman. So that means you have to stop sending him long paragraphs.
Now, I don't want to be insulting to my female viewers, alright? But self-control and women are not necessarily two words I will use in the same phrase, from my experience.
Telling him how much you love him, miss him, or telling him to take you back. So you have to stop stalking social media, and you have to stop stalking his new girl's social media if he has one. Because whether we like it or not, men think differently, and sending him long paragraphs will not make him want you more and will not make him take you back. Next, instead of moping around and
I'm going to pause it right here just to mention, isn't it funny, guys, how most women have like 40 guys in their DMs and they're not willing to spend 2 minutes of their day to reply back, but in the meanwhile, they'll be checking for hours a day, like we're talking 2-3 hours, their ex social apps. They'll be stalking him on his Facebook or whatever, and all his social medias. They'll look for him on Google. They'll check his relatives' profiles. They'll check his ex-girlfriend's profiles. They'll stalk all his family and friends, and like a creep, like a psycho serial unaliver. They'll do that for 3 hours a day, but they won't care to spend 2 minutes replying back to the guys who actually care about them. It's like when you have food at home to feed the entire Chinese population, but still you go out and you eat takeout, right?
and trying to figure out what's wrong with you. You have to use this as a high-value woman to grow and learn. Maybe he was toxic, maybe you were toxic, maybe he made some mistakes, maybe you made some mistakes. Whatever the reason was or whatever happened, you have to use it to learn and recognize what actions to take and not to take. Next, you have to embark on a self-love journey, not for him to take you back, but for you to become the best version of yourself. I am so freaking tired of people telling other people who just got out of a breakup to go to the gym so that he can see what he lost. No, go to the gym for your health and so that you can see your full potential. You have to see your full potential so that just in case your ex comes crawling back, and in most cases they do, you're already at the point where you do not need him anymore. You
know, guys, to be honest, I never understood why so many women say that they always come crawling back, right? This is what they say. From my experience, guys, the men who come back are so little in percentages, right? When men go through a divorce or they go through a breakup, right, their girlfriend cheats on them or whatever happens, I've heard from so many men saying, wow, dude, the peace and quiet I have right now, I wouldn't exchange it for anything in this world, right? Like, these guys, you can't pay them enough to go back to their ex-girlfriend. And not only their ex-girlfriend, a lot of men just straight up don't want to interact with females after they've had a bad experience. So I don't know what these women are talking about. They always come crawling back. What I'm presuming is that they've been dating Chad, right, in a situationship, and him crawling back is when he says, hey, I'm free on this Tuesday, wanna come around and watch some Netflix? And then they go and they bend them over. I think this is what happens, honestly. I haven't seen this phenomena where men are crawling back, you know?
You know that you deserve better. Next, you are gonna stop comparing yourself with the new girl if he has one. I fell into this trap before, and I don't want you to fall into the same trap. Honestly, it's going to be hard to crawl back up from the hole that you dug. I don't care how good the new girl looks, or how rich she is, or how sexy she is, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't make you less beautiful. It doesn't make you less sexy. It doesn't make you less smart. It doesn't make you less than what you are. Lastly, a high-value woman.
Guys, let's just pause it again for a moment. Notice how women, modern women, they just cannot accept the fact that there are better options out there than them, right? So if it were a man and you say, hey, this other guy is better looking than you, most men will say, hell yeah, he does look better. He's taller, he's more muscular, he's gone more to the gym, he has a better jawline, or whatever not, right? It's like men have to compete sort of against each other for women. But we always recognize when some man is just clearly better, right? But these women, guys, they just cannot accept the fact that they're not the most beautiful woman on earth and God's gift to the earth. They cannot accept it. Oh, his new girlfriend, they seem so happy and it's clearly working, and apparently she's not as toxic as I am. But that doesn't make me less beautiful. That doesn't make me, worse. I know my worth. He doesn't know what he lost, right? They cannot accept it. They have to cope massively.
Knows that she deserves better. A high-value woman knows that she doesn't need to read her books backwards. Which reminded me that I should put my books now in my new bookshelf. So yeah. A value woman thinks abundantly. She knows within that there are so many men out there who are willing, more than willing, to treat her better than her previous lovers. She's so secure within herself that she knows she has absolutely no time for toxic lovers or toxic people because her time is precious.
Yeah, whatever. So basically, according to this woman, a high-value woman is one who takes no accountability for the mistakes that she may have done, thinks of herself as she's the biggest narcissist, right? She's just, I'm the best thing out there, he doesn't know what he lost, I'm so precious, I'm so intelligent, I'm the best thing around. There are thousands of men out there who will be on their knees begging for my attention. Right? Guys, if this is a high-value woman, if this is what a high-value woman is, I might as well be gay right now. But let's move on, guys, to another woman, another one. And actually, you know what? Let's go with this one. And let's see what she has to say.
Walk away from things and people that are not good for you. You have to start thinking, does this person add to the reality that I want to create for myself? Do they fit into that reality? Okay, so this person is always putting me down. This person is not giving me any love. This person is toxic. Okay, cut. I want them out because I'm trying to create my reality here. These people cannot come with me. Sometimes you get even tested about how bad you want it by having these people in your life, and really when you cut them off, God gives you something so much better. But that's because you showed him, I trust you. I don't care like how much I want this person in my life, or how much this person makes me feel comfortable, or how much this thing makes me comfortable. I'm gonna cut it off so I can show you I trust you and you will give me something better.
Yeah, guys, God. I can only imagine God hearing all these women mention him, how he has their perfect boyfriend in store, or he's holding back his benefits for them, you know, things like this. And he's literally this meme of, what? Like, bro, what are you talking about, right? He's that meme. Guys, I think that modern women should not be thinking so much about whether men fit their ideal reality and their whimsical worlds or not, but rather if they themselves feel this, you know, can be part of this reality. Like, we have all the boss babes here who are extremely unpleasant to be around and are absolutely entitled and are just bad partners. They make for bad partners. Thinking about the top 5% of men, whether they fit or they don't fit their reality. Madam, look at yourself, all right? Look inwards and ask the question if you yourself will be part of that, and if those men will want you in the first place, right? But now, guys, let's move on to our last TikTok, and then we're gonna have a short comment, you know, some food for thought.
One time a few years ago, I told this guy that I had feelings for him because I really had feelings for him. I thought I was gonna die. And I happen to be single, and I'm never single. So I was like, hey, better not regret not saying something while you had the chance. So I got really vulnerable, and I just put it out there. Not like he didn't already know. Like, I know that he knew that I knew that he knew. We knew that he knew. But I still put my heart on the table. And he basically stomped on it and told me, that, like in the nicest way possible, I guess, that he was confused and essentially did not feel the same way, which I didn't believe for a second. But I was like, okay, cool. So I went ahead and put an extra lock on my heart. I cut back on my internet stalking, let myself cry it out, and licked my wounds. But there was something bigger that I needed to do for my own self, for my own healing. And I bet you're thinking, move on? Well, you'd be mistaken. No. What I needed to do was cast a spell on him. I'm kidding. Girls can't do magic. Time cast a spell on you.
Alright, you know what, guys? I'm gonna pause it right here. We're not in a concert, alright? We're not gonna hear this woman's performance. Rather just take notice of how they simply cannot accept that a guy dismisses them, right? Which I can assure you, this guy, it's not about his nice personality. This guy is a Chad, the guy she's talking about. Probably good jawline, six-pack, 6 feet tall, etc. So when he's not interested in her, because honestly he has way better options, and probably she's a massive red flag, they just cannot accept it. They have to crawl into themselves, you know, and lick their wounds and go cry in the dark corner of the room, right? It's just that they're so entitled, they're so full of themselves, that the moment that reality showcases in any way, shape or form that they are not in fact God's gift to every man, they cannot compute, you know. But guys, we're gonna end the video on some thoughts, as I tend to like to do. Some guy mentioned on one of the previous videos that for him a slice of pizza and a cold drink is all his standards when going on a date, and that everything else is a bonus, right? Now, this is what most men want, right, out of women. They just want a companion, a friend in the first place, right? And everything else is a bonus. The more attractive you are, the better. If you have a massive cleavage, better. You know, things like this, right? Guys will enjoy. If we have the same taste in music, all the better. But essentially what they want, what it boils down to, is just a companion, a nice person. Women, on the other hand, they have way more demands, right? They want all those other things. And I get that, I really do, guys. I'm not one of these morons that is gonna complain about, women should want the same things as men. No, we are different in so many ways. You can explain biologically, psychologically, why women want more and have more standards. So I get that. The problem is, it's come to a point, guys, where it's so absurd. It's just out of the stratosphere, the expectations that they have, right? It's impossible to please them. You can have a genie come around and it will be impossible for them, right? They have these long lists of 46 non-negotiables I want in a man, and you have all these women who are way below mid, essentially wanting the guys who are the top 1%, right? And the top 1%, they never ask this question, right? Would the top 1% of guys want me back? Right? They never ask this question because, again, they think that they're God's gift to the earth and that every man should automatically like them because they are the best and they are special snowflakes and you're not going to find anyone like me nowhere around, right? So that's what they think. It's just, guys, we can all understand women wanting more, you know, providing and making them feel secure and paying attention to detail and all those things that can be a little bothersome for you know, for our gender. But it's just like modern women, guys, they've lost it. They really are not, we're not living on the same planet with these women. And this is why, guys, you should not be paying them the attention, right? You should not be spending your time of day on these women that have unreal expectations and are full of themselves. That are my thoughts, guys. What are yours? Leave them down in the comments below. And me and Ampu will be happy to see you next time. Have a good one.